Okay, hello and welcome to Options Trading Pilot. I'm your host, Chief Trading Pilot, Proforma 24, and I have my cohort and partner in crime, John, at Options Trading Pilot. And we were gone for about a week. We didn't stop trading, but things got a little busy last week, right, John?
It did, definitely. Oh, there you go. Can you see me now?
Oh, I can see you now. There you go.
go.
Yeah, I'm a little less formal with Sunday night, so I've been going hard all day. John, how about yourself?
Yeah, did a lot of stuff all day, all weekend. Here we are Sunday night, ready for another week of trading. I haven't done any wrong trades this week because there hasn't been any trades yet.
Yeah, part of me being less formal, but the room was unavailable for me to put my nice shirt on, so
well, it works.
It is what it is. But here we go. I want to start with looking at what we've seen here, but I really want to start with the crypto markets because it looks like we're having a breakout.
Yeah, I'd agree. And just for the viewers out there, we're Options Trading Pilot. John and Guillermo, we do our one-on-one trades. We teach trading. We post our trades. Every trade we do, we post that out to our discussion group, and people look at those trades, take those trades, adjust them, do them, laugh at them. I don't know, but yeah, let's look at the crypto market.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned it to you on Friday. It looked like things were really starting to break out. And I, as like you, I'm a big fan of Ethereum, more than any other of the coins. I own a few other ones just for fun, but Ethereum is really what I like.
It's Ethereum is like the basis of everything, so that's why I'm always like really into Ethereum. But I do like AVAX, and it looks like XRP is going to win their lawsuit, so that's probably going to jump. If you have an opportunity to trade it now, I would suggest, just because of the news of it passing, it's going to be a big deal. John, what do you think?
I think so, and so I'm looking for a good week. Probably that, and then some of the benefactors, Coin, Roblox, Riot. I think all those will do. Hopefully, will all do well.
Yeah. So I pulled up can you see the Thinkorswim chart here?
Yes, I can.
So we can see it. It's just kind of a little bit of misnomer because they don't give you all the data of the volume, but we still get an idea where the volume profile lies. You can see that we're above the nearest value point. And the fib line, the next fib line is 33.30 or so. So I really think that it has a nice opportunity. That's the 5-minute chart, excuse me. Let's go back to the daily chart. You can see we went up above the value line, and we're right at that fib line. See that?
Yep.
Knowing that we're above the peak, the last peak that resisted at the fib line, we had this W pattern occur, and then we're going downhill on the volume profile. I think there's a nice opportunity to see this ramp up nicely, John.
I do too, and I was hoping, if you look at Bitcoin, nothing really exciting under 40, I think about 42,000, and it looks like it's trading at almost 47,000, 46.7, I think right now. It's almost 47,000.
Yeah.
So I like me likey. So
I'm with you. I mean, there's so many good things happening. It's funny, like TOS doesn't do a good job, but let me share this screen. This other screen is really busy, so it's just some of the things that I like to look at. But this is TSE and then BTC USD. I don't have the volume profile on this one, but you can see my my fib lines were above that. It's at 46,775 or so. It's the same story, right? Like we should see it to jump up to 51,877, it looks like. So I'm very positive, man. I think that we're seeing this. And so one of the things I like to do, John, is to go back and compare that with the Nasdaq, because lately the coins and Nasdaq has been correlating pretty heavily. So let's see. So here's the Nasdaq futures. Everything's a little delayed. You can see it's down 0.5, but you know how I think about things, John, is you want to see it go down the day before the trading so that it does that, right?
Yeah.
You just clear the weak hands. You know, we're right at this fib line. I feel like we should see kind of like a bigger week this week. This might be the blow the top off week, but you know how we work. Sometimes we're really optimistic, and then other times we're very bearish, you and I. And we move pretty quickly from one end to the other end. Right now, I'm actually pretty bullish, at least for the next couple of days. So anyway, if we're seeing the coins go up, I would say that we will probably see the Nasdaq go up tomorrow. So I think the weak hands will be cleared in the morning, and then we should see it resume its upward trajectory during the day. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's been really interesting, and I've been trying to correlate the market with all the news, the negative news, you know, Ukraine, Russia, inflation, commodity prices, all these things. And I think I don't have the data right here in front of me, but I think the last 2 weeks, 10 days of trading, have been 8 up days, 1 flat and 1 neutral, or 1 negative. So that's a little surprising. You know, the market's always kind of a 50-50. You know, it can go up or it can go down, but it's gone up a lot in the last 2 weeks. And really our problems, the Ukrainian problems and our own internal problems, they haven't been fixed. If anything, they've been made worse with some of the issues. Oil's down tonight. Looks like about $3. So very hard. It's been very hard to figure out what the market's doing or should be doing based on news. So I'm going to look at a little gold trade this week, but I'll probably be trading the micro gold futures, which is MGC. And I'd like to, I'm looking at getting long at yen.
Okay.
That MGC is probably going to be an iron condor type of trade, you know, wide, but it's smaller than a regular gold futures contract.
Am I doing this right? I don't trade the currencies too fast.
Oh, yen is 6/6. Let me see. There it is, J. 6J. I don't know what it is on yours.
Yeah, I don't.
Might be J. On yours, it might be JPN or something like that.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Oh, JPY. There's JPY on yours.
That's Japanese. There it is. Oh yeah, look at that. That's running. That's for sure. It's right at that fib line.
Yeah, and I wonder, that must be the spot rate. Yeah, I'm looking at the next month on these. Let me look at April. See if I can get that. Okay, mine's charting out. It's actually charting out June, which is a forward month, and that's dropped quite a bit. So it's interesting. Anyway, I'm looking at that as a long unfortunately, the spreads don't pay very well. You know, if I did a put spread, the spreads don't pay very well. So you have to go naked, and I don't really want to do that. So I'll be looking out for an alternative. One that does trade well is the euro, and probably buying a put spread on that. So going long euro versus the dollar. But I think we have a few more days. That's going to be, let's see, on yours.
Yeah, what would it be?
On mine, it's 6E.
You're in Tasty Trade?
Yeah. I don't see it coming up on your list there.
It's really interesting. Like,
I guess on yours, they make it too, they kind of take out the code names, you know, like the real names, and try to give it to you
yeah, they do.
in English.
It's really funny.
Yeah. I don't know what it would be in English. I just know the symbols. So, but that's another trade I'm looking at. The euro has dropped. The US dollar has been really strong.
Yeah.
Especially against the euro. Yeah. This would be a trade where, there you go. If I think the euro would benefit if the Ukrainian thing gets over relatively soon. So I don't think we have to make this trade tomorrow, but it's something longer term I'm looking at, getting long the euro versus the dollar, you know, that currency pair.
Yeah. Historically, it's a lot higher than it is now. So, and that's all due to Ukraine, it looks like. So we should see a reversion to the mean, especially if these peace talks do occur and we get more of a peaceful finish to that.
Yeah. So we'll see how the market goes this week. It's been very interesting. There's a lot of talk about inflation. There's also talk about a recession, almost all in the same breath. And that's very hard to trade.
Yeah, that's super hard, John. And you know, my way of thinking is if everybody's talking about it, the first thing it'll do is it'll go against what everybody's talking about, and then when it's ready, and then we'll come down.
Yeah. Now, as far as our options go, I have a relatively small book of trades right now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm speaking my book, but I do need the indexes to go down a little bit so I can win on these trades. So, overall, though, I'm looking at I've rolled all my options to the big boys have all been moved out to May to be a 45-day to expiration. So I just have a few covered calls and a couple minor things. So maybe like 10 positions left in April that I'll be rolling or closing here early this week.
Yeah. As for me, it's like you've seen it. I've probably been scalping more and doing less multiple day trades. I did like that Tilray. You know, you and I have had MJ for a long time, and we saw that spike up, which was really nice. I saw you put that, what is it, GWRG, GWRGR, which one's that one? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, GRWG.
Yeah.
Getting aggressive on that. You know, we'll see. Apparently it's supposed to go, if it's going to be legalized at the federal, pot legalized at the federal level. We've been down this road many times before, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And then, you know, some of my other trades that we have going, that MOO trade, MOO, I'm really nicely up. I think I'm now at 8% up on that trade, which is really nice. We didn't trade options on that. We just bought straight stock just because the option's very thin, John, and I didn't really like that. So
and MOO or MOO is a agricultural commodity ETF. Non-limited partnership, I believe. Yeah, we just bought it, so we have 100 delta, just straight long on it, and I think that's a good trade. We also have the WEAT, The futures market, commodities market for wheat has been a little bit strange. You got to put up, I think, still about 100% of your underlying. So we've been trading a ETF called WEAT. So it's a misspelled form of wheat. It's a 4-letter wheat, WEAT. And I think that's still fairly neutral, because we have a bull put and then a debit call on it. So we're kind of playing both sides. So it's had a nice run up, but we need more. We have the juice in the trade. We just need it to uptick.
Yeah, and really, like, breaking down this trade, if you're looking to maybe position yourself into it now, you can see the Traders MACD is about to flip positive again, and there's plenty of room on the RSI before it gets overbought. So like, as far as where we are on value, you can see we're right on value at the peak on that, and we should have room to get at least to this fib line at 1108, 1110. But after that is thin. I mean, it could just do that thing where it just spiked up to 1275. It could just do that, John. It could be happen this. That happened fast.
In our trade, we have room on this trade up to about 16.
Yeah,
that's the most money.
Yeah, there's a lot of room there. So if you were to take this trade now, sitting at 1061, your out would be probably at this line at 984, which is a little steep, right? But the upside, everything that we do, you and I, John, are just statistical based, right? It's like, what's the upside, what's the downside? And especially when we're selling premium, it's easier because we have time on our side as well. But just a good old-fashioned expert trader metric is you want to be 1 in the downside and maybe like around 2.5 on the upside at least. And then if you keep doing that and you find good opportunities, you can lose 1 out of 3. I mean, all you have to do is win 1 out of 3 and you're still winning, so you're good. That's a good percentage. So
it is.
So yeah, just looking at oil, since this is like the hot topic, right? Oil, you mentioned it earlier, is down. I fully anticipate hitting all-time highs here, John. Barring Saudi Arabia saying, "Hey, we're going to double our production here," but
yeah, it seems unlikely. And they did have an issue at one of their refineries on the West Coast. I think that was Saturday, right? Or no, maybe that was Friday.
Yeah, Friday you sent me that text. Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything more about that since then. I haven't seen anything in the news, but that's not unusual. So we'll just have to wait and see what that looks like if it gets picked up by the news wires tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, you said that Saudi Arabia would be unlikely, and you have expertise in that area, John. Would you share a little bit more as to kind of structural issues that maybe would prevent Saudi Arabia from going on and doing the supply binge on oil, if you have any ideas?
Well, it's really OPEC's kind of an interesting game, because you got to get everybody in OPEC to agree to production levels, and maybe they say they're going to do it, then they don't do it. It's kind of hard to control costs, and then if prices go up, if you sell more, if you're one of the countries that are in OPEC, you're selling more, and you want to get those higher prices. So it's kind of a mix. I mean, a CL trade would be great. Unfortunately, a naked CL is just too risky. And if you do a spread, they're fairly wide and they can really move against you quickly. For instance, like I have a bond trade on a bond iron condor on the commodity side. So in ZB, it's a 30-year bond. Even with an iron condor, pretty wide, It's not looking very good. Bond, 30-year. Oh, by the way, I was just looking at this between the 2-year yield, and the 30-year yield. It's very, very interesting. There's right now the 2-year yield is like almost let's call it 2.3%. The 30-year is 2.59.
That's narrowing quite a bit, John.
It's almost flat.
Yeah.
And how the bond market is tolerating a 2-year rate almost the same as a 30-year rate. It's like you get 28 years for free.
Yeah.
So that was my bet. I was wrong so far. but I
still quickly, John.
What's that?
Things change very quickly.
Oh yeah. I still stand by the trade.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit painful at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, hey, what else you thinking for the week?
Yeah. So, I'm going to be bullish for the week. As far as and I'm going to be tracking this oil, and the way I'm attacking oil is I have a nice position in Devon Energy that's really way up. We did do some OXY, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I did some OXY, and so just kind of following Buffett's buying. I like that company. What's funny is I'm looking at his $58, and I was trading it when it was like $9, John. What was it, like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago? And I won that trade really nicely, but I should have just kept that because it would have kept going up. But as trader, that's not what we do, right? We just invest long term. So I think the archetypical idea for the week is that obviously volatility is going to be high, but we have to keep the goal in mind, which is prices are going to be rising, oil's going up, we're seasonally, we're a really nice area as far as gas prices going up. That tends to happen with a high consistency. So if you're looking at trades, we're still liking commodities-based things. I like oil-based things right now, and everything that we're telling you, and precious metals obviously, but everything that we're telling our listeners is that always have a plan when you trade. Everything, it's like the systematic approach of, hey, this is my downside. If I get below this amount, and as you make money, as you go up, just take some of those profits off the table and move up your stops. I like moving up to my stops to my entry price, especially when I've secured a profit around the 10% gain area. And then trail stop once you get above 20-25%, and try to make it wide enough so that if it hits a home run, then you do well. Yeah. Anything you wanted to add to that, John?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. And just taking a peek here before we sign off, we have earnings season it's funny. Earnings season is just about over, but we have another week or so before earnings season starts again. So we get a little lull here of 2 weeks. I don't know what to do with myself without earnings season, but we have a couple. Micron Technology is coming. LULU will be a good thing to trade. That's a nice, lot of volume, a lot of volatility. That is an IV rank of 69. Let's see what else. Paychecks is and 5 are 5 below, but they're a little bit wide. And then the other one is Walgreens. Walgreens will be on Thursday.
Walgreens.
Yeah, WBA.
What's Walgreens? WBA?
WBA. Yep, that one. And they have a 57 IVR rank. So, and that has quite a bit of volatility. So that won't be as exciting as LULU or Micron, but a few more trades for the week to keep us watching the markets after hours.
Well, come join us at optionstradingpilot.com. Join our Discord. You can see John and myself put those trades on as we look at the week ahead at LULU and Walgreens and Micron Technologies. Those are trades that sometimes we'll initiate a couple days ahead of time to get that run up. One of my favorite things that I do is, especially with a hot stock and we see the volume going up, then I like buying early on some really out of the money inexpensive calls so I could play the earnings report for free with some calls, and then I'll attach either an iron condor or some kind of spread on that on top of that, depending on where I think the stock might be going. But yeah, join us, click, like us. We're here for you. You have questions, we can answer them. This is what we do all day long, right, John? We
That's
have
right.
fun
Every day.
every day.
Rain or shine.
It's a really good game to play. All right. Well, hope you guys have a great rest of the Sunday, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow, Gil.
Bye.